But last month, I got an idea of doing a collab where multiple people build on the same place without having any contact to each other. Well, I got 9 builders to build in one place. The rules are simple. You could add or change whatever you wanted in the build. You needed to build inside of the box. It was marked with wires. And you only had 30 minutes to build. No more, no less. And we didn't have any theme for the build because I wanted it to be as chaotic as possible. And you see where it went. And here's how it went. Hello again, and welcome to my part of the video. I'm going to talk about more of what I thought and what I'm actually doing. Or I'm going to talk about both, I guess. But basically what I wanted to do more in the build was make a terrain for everyone to build. I didn't want to start any kind of structure or anything because I wanted the other people to do it and just see where it went. So I thought I will just make some kind of like terraforming, nature-based stuff just to make everything a nice place to build, basically. I also wanted to make a bridge here that you see. The second try I did it because I didn't really like how it went first time. So I thought maybe I can do it. Maybe I'll give it another try. And I think it went much better that time, even though I could definitely made it better if I had more time. But I was basically just trying around here, trying to make a good bridge, adding some more walls and everything like that. But I didn't want to make the build too flat either, so I made a big elevation in the ground and made a staircase up. That kind of felt like it was built there a long time ago, but it's still being used, so it's been renovated. But like some old dude that lives there. It felt a little bit empty around here, so I thought about making a tree, but as you will see in a second, I didn't really have enough time to finish it, so I tried to just make a general shape so somebody else could finish it. My build time is soon done here, so I just want to thank everyone for watching and for everyone collaborating in this. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed the rest of the video.
Alright, hello, it's me, Arky, and it's now for my time to build. So I'm going to start by finishing off this tree that someone else built. Then I'm going to start by building a small cottage, which I thought would be a nice idea and really fit the theme quite well. I'll be using a different mix of slush and also some snow mixed in together to create a nice pattern. Then I'll start by using boreal wood to make the floor of the cottage and then also start building a staircase. I messed around with different materials here and there to create different patterns and shapes. Then I started by building the actual top of the building, and I also thought, yeah, this looks quite nice, but later on I didn't think it was good enough and tried to redo it. I'm using dungeon doors because I think they're one of my favourite doors personally, and using stone for the background and also rich mahogany and also shade wood wall. Then I'm going to be mixing in some different furniture items such as tables and chairs. I'm using green dungeon chairs and I believe boreal table. Then I'm mixing in some different platforms to add a curve to the roof. Then I'll be adding in more windows and stuff like that further up and adding in the second layer of the roof. For the roof I'll be using dynasty shingles painted lime green, no not lime green, painted I believe cyan. And then I was just checking the boundary there, and I'll be adding in these with different bits of texture using other dynasty shingles like here and there, like that, and it adds just a nicer texture to everything as well. Then I'll be actuating all of it so that it passes light through, and then I'll be working on a small balcony. I've added a table and chair here and some candles in here, then I'm going to start decorating the interior of the upstairs. I did kind of forget to add an entrance, so I'm really hoping that someone does add that later, but if they don't, that's also fine. So for the top I'll be using bookshelves, wardrobes, and also a bunch of other things to add more texture. I tried putting a plant but it didn't work inside, so I put it outside instead. I'm using streamers to add some more decoration and put some banners on the outside, bottom and right. Then I'll be finishing up by putting a little bit of more texture into the wood and reorganizing the place. That's my time done, and I hope you enjoyed.
Hello everyone, my name is Cubus and I'm actually known for building with logic gates. However, Vrile challenged me to try to build something aesthetic, so here we go. I noticed no one else had placed a snow pylon yet, so I figured I would be the first one. My original idea was to build some sort of tower with a dragon spiraling around it, though I wasn't sure if I would have enough time to build an entire dragon. So I decided to start with a solid tower. I was experimenting with some sort of 3D effect by both actuating and painting the blocks to make them melt into the background more, and I think in the end it worked out really well. I also made sure to vary which material I used, as well as blocks with different thickness, to create some sort of rustic look. And I also made sure to paint the wood brown and use ice blocks to match the buildings in the background. The reason palladium pillars are so valued within the builders community is because they have such a unique width. They can basically be used as a half slab. And I'm using this together with bricks to make it look less symmetrical. I honestly don't really have anything else to say about the build, so I'm just gonna talk for a little bit and hope Vrile doesn't find this section. I then placed background walls to create more of a 3D effect for the pillars, and used different types of grey painted dirt blended in with the walls to also give them some texture on the sides. Now I can easily tell that tower does not fit in with the background, and my solution is to place more ice blocks and blocks that fit in with the environment. I also added some snow next to the pillars to make it look like the snow had been building up, as well as adding some more ice types into the ground below. I didn't like the space in between the towers, especially since they're balancing on two different islands. so I figured I would add some sort of support beam, and that ended up making it look a lot more structural. I realized I hadn't even added the pylon left and my time was almost up, so in a rush I built a tiny floating island with the pylon on top, and I also made sure to add an extra sign with a text saying that if anyone wanted to remove the pylon and try to build something more detailed at the top of the tower, they were more than welcome to. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Oh god, my time is about to end. Check out my YouTube and bye bye!
Hi, I'm Macfit, and you're about to see my part of this rather huge collaboration project. So, to start things off, I want to explain what I wanted to build here. I decided to go with a Viking themed build, which I have never tried before, and that's why it was interesting for me. And I also decided to make it isometric, because I had some things in my mind, and while I haven't tried any of those things before, I think it turned out fairly well. But you will see that I struggled with some things in this build, especially the material choices, and one more thing that you will see later. I think I spent almost half of my time just changing stuff, and this actually is a pretty normal building process. So if you're unhappy with your build, a lot of the time it actually is worth to just scrap what you have and try something different. At the end, it would most likely look pretty good. Yeah, and now you will kinda see, as I start making the entrance, you will see my struggles with it. I changed it about 7 times in total. I haven't counted, but I suppose it is that many, and I was just unhappy with the placement, mostly because it is a 3D build and I was unsure how to make it look good. But at the end, it turned out decently well, and I actually think that it fits where it is meant to. Once I was happy with the entrance, which didn't happen fast. As you can see, it almost took me 10 minutes. I moved on to the roof, and I had an idea where I wanted to have some layered snow, and because this is an isometric build, it's like some things are sloped, and I decided to put snow on those slopes, which would make sense. But it turned out looking a bit weird at the end, because the build is quite small. Right now, I would normally put there some clarified bricks, but I decided to keep it because I had no time. Then I just moved on to some final touches, such as the foundation, and my part was done.
Alright, so I have to do a thought process here. Before this starts, I would like to say that I'm not very good at talking, so this might not be very good, but I saw this build and I was in complete awe. I looked at it for like 15 minutes before before actually starting, because it looks so great. So I basically just spent some time working on some of the things that I had been working on and like trying to improve my own building. So I put some of the stone textures and stuff like that. Unfortunately, this build area was too small and I couldn't build anything else because it was not that big of an area to build in. So I started working on these clouds because that's something that I have enjoyed working on lately. I've been trying to improve my clouds, and these aren't some of the best clouds that I've built, but I'm really happy with them, so I put them in and I kept them. So here it is, it's just me working on clouds for a while, probably like 10 minutes of the time, and then the rest of the time I've just spent working on some other layering and textures. I spent a little bit of time on the bridge. It'll show up in a few seconds, I'm not sure when, but the bridge was really nice. I enjoyed it, and I thought that since the other places had tons of like different structures and stone there, I could do stuff with that because it was literally just a giant like cave with a pool in it, and so I thought I could do some walls there because it looks interesting, I guess. And then I realized that the snow, I had an idea that if the snow is that, if there's so much snow there that the people might need like help, whatever is living in this town, so I built a little bit of a roof over that bridge. Probably just prevent the bridge from collapsing, but that's really it. Thank you for inviting me to work on this build. It was really fun, so yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching through the whole video and looking at all these amazing builders and their talents and everything. I will leave the links to them in the description if you want to check them out. I am trying out this voiceover thingy. It's kind of hard for me, but I want to learn it and do it better. Thanks for watching.